Hello and welcome back to Prunku's Pipe Smoking Den. I'm Prunku, I'm in my den, and today I'm going to make a review for Father the Flame, the documentary that was out uh, or should have been out in 2018, but I think it was released later because I remember sitting with my friends at the Romanian Pipe and Cigar Club back in 2018, and we were talking about this documentary when it's coming out. And I remember that um, it wasn't coming out, it was delayed, and it kept being delayed. And I think it was released later than 2018, even if IMDb says that it's released in 2018. From what I remember, it's from 2020, and the review that I first wrote on tobacco review on IMDb is from 2020, but um, I don't know if it says anything about its release on uh, on the DVD, but no, it doesn't. It doesn't. So um, no. But anyway, I seen uh, this documentary back in 2020, and I even wrote a review back then. Uh, and I will actually show it to you. I will read it to you. I will put it somewhere here or here, I don't know. But let's see what my first impression was back in 2020. So let's see. The review is from August 2020, and I was saying good, but not what I expected. There was a lot of talk about this documentary in the pipe community, indeed, especially if it will ever be released. People hoped and waited for this to be released so we can all watch it while smoking our pipes. Personally, I find it too melodramatic. Of course, pipe smoking is an art, a hobby, a pleasure, a way of life, a way of expression, and so much. I should have said so much more. And a lot of it depends on the pipe makers. The names in the movie are really heavy names, real artisans, real artists, and craftsmen. But I believe the documentary was way too exaggerated when it came to certain subjects. We waited for this documentary for a long time. Some fellow pipe smokers liked it, some didn't. But I'm pretty sure we all expected more from this. Honestly, I've seen small documentaries about pipe tobacco blending that were better than this one. Maybe we'll get a full-length documentary on tobacco blending as well, hopefully. Okay, that was back in 2020, and now, after I watched the videos from Silvio from uh, Vintage Pipes Nightmares, and he made me think about the artisans because he was talking about the artisans, and I remembered this documentary about pipe artisans, about pipes actually, not just pipe artisans. So um, I said, yeah, let's watch it again. Maybe it's different this time. unfortunately, my tobacco is almost gone because I smoked this while I was watching the documentary. So over an hour. It's some St. James Blake from Samuel Garrett, the last bowl of St. James Blake, and it's so good. I have this Stanwell Army Mount, which is shape. I forgot the shape. Once 185. So this bent apple, good smoker. But anyway, um, let's talk about the documentary. Is it good? Is it bad? Is it worth renting it from Amazon Prime or buying the DVD? I took some notes while watching this documentary. I have them in front of me and I will read them to you. So, sorry if I'm not going to talk right from my head, but I had to take notes, okay, so I don't forget things. So, yeah, let's talk about the documentary. So, first of all, this is for the really passionate smoker, for the romantic smoker. It's mostly footage with Levon Erk, which is a pipe artisan that was making pipes since the 90s. I mean, I was born in 1990, so he was making pipes when I was born, maybe even earlier. I don't know. So it's mostly footage with Levon Erk and Mimo, the briar cutter and pipe artisan Mimo, which many of us know about him. Okay, Mimo, but also about Mimo's father, Pipo, and the entire family actually. It's also about Sixten Ivarsson, Lars Ivarsson, and Nana Ivarsson. So the whole Ivarsson family, the famous Ivarsson family of pipe makers, of artisans. And I wrote here that it's the documentary. It's a lot about family and tradition, passing your knowledge to others, and then with your pipes, passing your pipes to someone that would pass it on to someone, maybe his child, his I don't know, his son that will pass it to his son, and so on. So it's like legacy. It's about family, it's about legacy, okay? And besides these people, it also shows us some footage of Sykes, the founder of SmokingPipes.com, and Antoine from the Chacon factory. It also talks about Peterson, Savinelli, and Chacon, and also a bit more about Tsuge. That's how I pronounce it, Tsuge. I know that they pronounce it different in the documentary, but from my knowledge, it's Tsuge. Anyway, it presents the Chicago Pipe Show, which is uh, the biggest pipe show worldwide, from what I know. But also the Tokyo Pipe Show. I gotta keep this lit because it's almost out and it's trying to Uh, yeah, it's lit now. So, what was I saying? It presents the pipe show, the Chicago Pipe Show, and Tokyo Pipe Show. Shows some about the Native Americans and what the pipe was and is to them. So the spiritual side of the pipe, and about having a pipe, what the pipe was to the Native Americans. Uh, Shows some advertisements, some old advertisements, and videos about pipes, stuff like that, from back in the day, from the 40s, 50s, 60s. Interesting footage, indeed. And the pipes presented in this documentary, well, they are beautiful pipes, indeed works of art. Those who make them, they are craftsmen, artisans, and artists. They are passionate and put a lot of work and attention into their craft, and it's also a family business and tradition. That is very important. Can we compare them with katana swords made by century-old family craftsmen or katanas made in factory? Because let me tell you why I wrote this. So there was this discussion that Silvio started about pipe artisans and pipe factories. You know, the old famous pipe factories. Um, I talked to Silvio in the comments. I told them that I don't believe that the pipe factories will go away. But when we are talking about artisan pipes, there's something that me and Silvio just don't agree with. And it's not like I have an artisan pipe, but I understand what artisan means. And I'm pretty sure he understands as well. He just doesn't doesn't agree with me, and that's totally fine. We don't have to agree. But for me, an artisan pipe is a work of art and a work of real talent. So it's not something that you usually, it's quality. It's something more than just a pipe that it's been drilled and you make some shape, some traditional shape, because factories actually don't make very complex pipes because they are, factories are, how should I say, mm, they are, oh, I'm missing the word. They can't make the same shapes and styles that a craftsman can do. They are limited. That's the word that I was trying to find. So pipe factories, well, they do some good pipes, especially the higher grade pipes. They are limited. The factories are limited when it comes to the design of a pipe, okay? That's why most factories have the traditional shapes, okay? So we get the billiard, the band billiard, the prince, the pot, the apple, the volcano, the bulldog, the Rhodesian, the whatever, but these are the classic shapes. However, when it comes to some fancy, uh, fancier shapes that are more in tended to be like art with some fine lines, you know. You can't make that in a factory. The factories and the equipment doesn't provide you with the necessary tools, you know. So that is one difference between factory pipes and artisan pipes. And I will talk a bit further about what I was trying to say. So they are beautiful pipes indeed. They are works of art made by craftsmen, artisans, and artists. And they are passionate and put a lot of work and attention into their craft. And it's also a family business and tradition. Can we compare them with katana swords made by century old family craftsmen or katanas made in factory? The answer is obvious no. We cannot compare a factory made katana sword with one that was made by a real artisan that has been doing this for his entire life, and he learned it from his father, and his father learned it from his father, and so on. So the quality of a katana is way of a traditional made katana is way higher than what you get from a factory made one. It's obvious, okay? And I said, can we compare them, the pipes, with violins? Stradivarius is a family business, okay? It's not really a business, but Stradivarius was made by the Stradivari family, and they are considered by everyone in this planet to be the best um, violins in the world. And they were not made in a factory, they were handmade, okay? And I was asking, is a Stradivarius the same as a common factory pipe, a common factory made violin? No, of course not. You can't compare a factory made violin with a Stradivarius. Is a handmade violin the same as a factory made violin? Still, no. You can't compare them. There are the artisans and there are the cheap factories. And there's also, is all the wood the same for making violins? No. Not any wood is good for violins. Not all wood, not any type of wood. And it's also how you use that wood. And it's the same with briar for our pipes. So that's the point I was trying to make. And at some point, someone asks for about the Iverson pipes. What's so special about Iverson? And the other response, what is so special about Van Gogh? So you see my point. Now, getting further, it explains that it's not just about cutting and giving it a shape, it's an entire process, a complex process from the briar that you use to the tools and every detail. The documentary shows us even the process of cutting the briar from the forest, selecting it, drying it, cutting it in the workshop, selecting the good pieces and throwing away the bad ones. It shows you how important quality briar is. And it also shows the defects that come in the process of selecting the briar. And about the briar again, it tells about the imperfections, even the small details. They don't work for the artisans. The factory will use fills for them, and I think that my pipe has one or two fills in it, uh, and you will say, yeah, whatever, it's not such a big deal. And indeed, it's not a big deal. Not for me. I just paid like 60 or 70 euros or dollars for this one, so it's not a big deal. But for an artisan, an artist, it is. It is. It has to be perfect. So the artisans will throw away the entire briar if it has just a little imperfection. That's the difference between artisan pipes and factory pipes. Artisan pipes will not have fills like we have in our pipes. Is it a big thing? No. Is it worth paying $1,000 for a pipe that has no fills? Come on, no. I'd rather have a $50 pipe that has fills, but it works for me. I can smoke from it, I can enjoy it. But if I had the money, would I buy an artisan pipe? Probably yes. Why? Because I also see it as a work of art. Okay? So just like I would be investing in a painting, okay, or in a fine binding of a book or any type of art, I would be investing in a artisan pipe that has some beautiful shapes and it's smooth, all the lines and details. I would if I had the money. And so this documentary is for people that see pipe as more than a tool. That's what I would. That's the last line that I was writing. This documentary is for people that see a pipe as more than a tool, but as a friend, a child, and a piece of art. A friend. Why would a pipe be a friend? Because, well, it's not just a tool. It's not just. Oh, for some, it is just a tool, but when we are alone and we are smoking a pipe, this pipe is actually with us. When we're going lunting in the forest or on the beach, the pipe is with us. When we care about it, when we take care about cleaning it and stuff like that, we clean it, we take care of it like it was a child. And a piece of art, yes, the pipes are a piece of art. That is my honest opinion. And you can disagree with me, I have no problem. We can agree to disagree. But anyway, getting back to this documentary, is it worth buying it or renting it? You decide after you've seen my review. So I will actually put some links in the description of the video. These are Amazon affiliate links, so that means that if you buy or rent this documentary from Amazon using the links that I provided in the description, I will get a small commission from that. And I would appreciate if you did that. If you don't, it's no problem. You can get it wherever you want. You can whatever. Just no piracy, okay? So that's my take on it. I hope you enjoyed this review, and what can I say? If you buy it if you rent it, enjoy the documentary, come back and tell me if you liked it. And until next time, as usual, take care and happy puffing.